Be careful, America. You're headed into the abyss of hell. And if you make a mistake in choosing your leaders, maybe you'll go there faster.
I have been warning you about the government of America planning a war not only with a Muslim overseas, but with black people and the nation of Islam in America. Have I not done that?
Mr. Trump is tearing away the skin of the onion of white civility. And the more he pulls the skin of that onion back, he's beginning to show something in the character of the whites that follow him, that they don't care what he says. He could say one thing this minute, another thing the next minute, and you could see that the man has a little problem.
Mr. Trump, he's like a gangster.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Now, Louis Farrakhan has been very adamant and has been very vocal on issues affecting Americans. He has been calling out the U.S. president over time, over exploitation, over taxation, and failed systems. Now, he is calling out Donald Trump for whatever is termed as a failed system. Now, the U.S. economy is not doing good globally. Most of the investors are running away from the US, and the people have shown their frustration at the midterm polls and the midterm elections. So let's watch this video, then have a really quick discussion at the end of it. Thank you so much.
If you look at Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump is a businessman. Certainly, he's done great things in the business world.
Got a lot of money from his dad that helped.
Oh yeah, his dad was a nice fella. He ran a little dusty work, and like
millions of dollars. When you start with that, that's pretty good.
Like Mr. Joe Kennedy did.
That's right.
You know,
booze, right?
White folk are allowed to be criminals and pass on money to their children to become clean. That's what Michael Corleone was trying to do. But Frank Lucas and none of our brothers who've done great in the drug culture, they were not allowed to have any money to pass on to their children that they could build on the era of the father that made something better for the children. But Mr. Trump is tearing away the skin of the onion of white civility. And the more he pulls the skin of that onion back, he's beginning to show something in the character of the whites that follow him, that they don't care what he says. He could say one thing this minute, another thing the next minute, and you could see that the man has a little problem. But he is exacerbating the race situation in America. And I will guarantee you, if he becomes president, he'll take America exactly where America is heading. He'll take you there on a rocket ship. How can a man say he's not a thug, he's a diplomat, he's a president, we'll go into Iraq and we'll just take the oil? See, that's the thug coming out. That's that part of the nature of the beast that's manifesting. Well, if he becomes your president, you'll be just like him. And you know what the scripture says? Pharaoh was talking before his demise, and he openly said, me and my people are wicked. And when you get leadership that is not rooted in justice, then they begin to make the people just like themselves. Be careful, America. You're headed into the abyss of hell. And if you make a mistake in choosing your leaders, maybe you'll go there faster. There's decadence like we have never known, that has never been seen before in the annals of history, going on in America every minute of every hour of every day. A people brought out of Africa in the holds of ships. Never been done like that before. A people sold by their own brothers into slavery like Joseph. A people robbed and spoiled. As it is written in the book of Daniel, a people that had their names taken. They used to wear the names of God, but now their oppressive slave master gave them new names: Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They used to speak their own language, and they used to eat food according to the divine dictates of God. But now in a strange land, among a strange people, they're eating the king's meat. And he changed their tongue from their natural tongue, that they may learn the tongue of the Chaldeans. They're like gold and silver vessels brought out of the temple of Jerusalem, but spoiled with wine and strong drink. This is the condition of black people in America. Religion has lost its power to transform human life. The houses of worship are houses of entertainment, but not houses of enlightenment that transform human life. Whether it is Islam, Judaism, or Christianity, we have lost the power of Jesus Christ. We've lost the power of Moses and Muhammad and Abraham. How do you mean we have lost that power? Jesus said, the things that I do, you shall also do. He opened the eyes of the blind. Why are the people still blind if we're walking with the Master? He made the dumb speak. Why can't the people speak if we're walking with the Master? He healed the leper and the lame and the halt. But our people are like lame and halt people that have hands that don't build for ourselves. How can you put them on the wall to build when they don't know how to build? Somebody got to teach the hands to build again. You're like the Master, nailed to the cross. Your hands are nailed because they don't work to defend you. They don't work to build you. They don't work to deliver you. Your feet are nailed, so you can't walk the walk of free men. In a modern time like this, you walk like a slave. Pharaoh has already let you go. But it is you who have not let Pharaoh go. This is why you're crippled. Because you think you cannot walk without your former slave masters. And if your former slave master don't help you, you don't think there's any help for you, even though you're taught God. You live in fear of your former slave masters and their children. Politicians selling us out. Paying lip service to the suffering of the people, but hobnobbing with those who want to rob substance from the people. That's why Jesus said it'd be easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to see the kingdom of heaven. When we say our prayer, when the disciples said to the Master, Master, teach us how to pray. He said, pray on this wise. Our Father. Stop. Look at what that Father did for Jesus. You tied to him, and look at your condition. Your father was Rockefeller. Why are there holes in your shoes? You look to me like you've been disinherited. You look to me like a prodigal son who took his substance from his father and went off in a strange land among strange people, trying to join himself on to be a citizen of a strange land. Go ahead now. Go ahead. Your problem is you are not now, nor have you ever been, a citizen of the United States of America. You are a slave to white America.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead. That's the truth. Woo. That's the truth of it.
I know this hurts.
That's the truth of it. Fix it, God. Truth hurt.
It bothers me to hear you crying how you're an American, but they treat you like a slave. It bothers me that you are willing to fight and die for something that is not willing to sacrifice nothing for you. It bothers me to hear you say, my country, tears of thee. Sweet land of tyranny. Of thee I sing. Land of white father's pride. But land where my fathers died. Who will help the widow's son? Because sometimes we feel like a motherless child, a long way from home. How can I sing the Lord's song in a strange land? They that carried us away captive require of us a song. Nobody can sing the songs of Zion like us. Sing, sing, sing for us, Negroes. Make us laugh, come on, Negroes. Come on now. So I'll pay Cedric the entertainer. That's right. Come on. I'll pay the comedians big money to make me laugh while the masses of the people cry. You're in bad shape. Very bad shape. The richest slave that ever was. You got more money, but you're poorer than you've ever been in spirit. Now back to President Trump coming to Chicago. See, you told Rahm Emanuel, clean it up, or I will. And you threatened my young brothers. Let me tell you something. My brothers are in bad shape. And I have warned all of you. I told you that the army was coming. I told you to get your act together and clean up your act, because they're coming with a mind to slaughter us. Have I said it? Not just for a year, but for 3 decades. I have been warning you about the government of America planning a war not only with a Muslim overseas, but with black people and the nation of Islam in America. Have I not done that? Now, Mr. Trump, you can come and you can bring your army. But if you read this book and know what your people have planned and are carrying out against young black men, then you come. But I'm going to warn you, Mr. Trump, this is not a forsaken people. And the God that we serve has promised us that he would fight our battles. We don't have no gun to equal yours, but we got a God. Check out the West Coast. See, you never seen no rain like that. You haven't seen nothing yet. Hey, in the Middle East, y'all think that Dubai is a nice place to run and hide now? You can get in the hotel and order some liquor in a Muslim country. They might even have a pig foot there for you. But they woke up one morning a week or so ago in Dubai with 10 inches or 10 centimeters of snow on the ground in the desert. Don't you ever think that you can go somewhere and God can't get to you when he wants to make an example of you. So I'm saying to Mr. Trump, not being disrespectful, I'm going to talk to you about him now. Who is he? You can come, bring your army,
But if you slaughter my little young brothers, watch what God will do for you, Mr. Trump, and for the country that you said you want to make great again. That's not going to happen, Mr. Trump. America will never be made great again. Her days of greatness are over. The God of justice has come, and America now has to pay for what she has done.
Maybe don't expose yourself, but where do the prostitutes hang out? In Memphis. Now don't rush to tell me. Because I don't want your wife, you know, to know that you know the exact corner, you know. But when I look at the beautiful array of 17 Republicans, showing their wares, who will vote for me? But more importantly, of the money people, who will make me a president? It's so wicked and unjust today that you have to have $1 billion or more to even run for the office of president. And the rich sit back like whoremasters. Yeah. Yes, a good word. But see, when you're a whoremaster, that's what a pimp is. And the pimp puts the woman out on the block and she strips down. Not too plain, brother. She strips down and the John comes by. John Doe, John America. And she goes over to the car and he says, how much? Well, my price is, and what would you like me to do? So when a kingmaker buys a politician, they eventually come to the politician and ask him, I have something for you to do that would give me pleasure. And there goes your democracy. President Obama was in the best position of any man before him who ran for president because he raised money from the people. Yes, he did. But when The rich boys saw that, I mean, he was doing it. They could not afford to have a black man tell them, look, man, let me tell you, I don't need you and your money because I'm going to work totally for the American people. That's why Mr. Trump is trumping all the others. See, he's not appealing to the whoremasters, I mean the kingmakers. Therefore, he can talk like politicians don't dare talk. Because he's paying his own way. That means he's his own man. That means he's dangerous. Dangerous to the status quo.
Hello brothers and sisters, I really hope you're all doing fine from wherever you're watching me from now. Most of the white Americans and most of the white folks who voted for the current government are now rejecting the same president and his party. Now, what is really not happening in the US right now? I'm really grateful to be sharing this video by Louis Farrakhan. Now, Louis Farrakhan is one of the most adamant and one of the most vibrant leaders we've had in the 21st century. A leader who has been very vocal on issues that are affecting the black community and the minorities in the US. Now, he has never run short of words to criticize the government whenever it went wrong, starting from the time of George Bush when he was very active, and Obama's time, Joe Biden's time, and Donald Trump's time. He has always been saying that from time to time that the people are the real deal and the people are the one who decides the fate of a country, not some few people who have been elected to sit in a room to decide what way should the country go. He has been saying this for a very long time, that the only way the people are going to do better, the only way the black folks are now going to improve and to match their white counterparts in development and in excellence is only by coming together and uniting, and not uniting behind a party, a political party, or a politician or a political figure, but uniting behind purpose. When you come together with a purpose, you are going to have whatever we call the unity of purpose. The unity which is achieved not because I like you or you like each other, but the unity which comes with the fact that you have common goals to achieve, that you need to do things with common sense, that you need to bring your brothers and sisters. Let's have a pool. Let's rise. And why can't we donate and have each one of us making it in life? Why can't we support each other's business? That's whatever Louis Farrakhan has been saying. Now, I'm sharing this video in response to whatever is happening in the US at the moment. We are seeing the majority of the people in the US now voting against the government. This is not the first time. The government has always been having a problem with the midterm rolls elections. Whenever the midterm elections have been done, the current government has always been suffering with winning seats like the mayor seats and many other seats that might be presented at the ballot. Now, should we talk about what really happens after every other president is sworn in? Now, we all go to elections with a lot of expectations, and we always vote a president or a person to be a president, those who show us that they have policies and the policies matches whatever we expect. We always vote for someone who overpromises us, a person who will tell us that they can take us from Earth to Mars a person who will even promise you eternal life, that's the person who always vote. Now, Donald Trump did come with a lot of promises, and I feel like most of the people voted out of hatred. Most of the people voted out of anger of inflation of whatever was happening in the US during the time. Because when Donald Trump came, he has been president before. And the people most of the people feel didn't like him most, because if they had liked him, they could have voted him for the second term. Now, they didn't like whatever was happening, and they brought in Joe Biden, who was once Barack Obama's vice president. Now, after bringing in Joe Biden, they didn't also like whatever Joe Biden was doing. Then they brought back the same man they didn't bring in 2020. Now, this is whatever I'm saying, and this is whatever I'll continue telling every other person watching this video, that we've run short of good people until we have to weigh in between the lesser good, the lesser devil, like a person who has less records of bad things, or who did not compromise our economy that bad. So, have we run short of good leaders? Whatever is happening in the US and whatever is happening in the US, the biggest problem in the US is identity politics. Is the fact that you vote not because the person is good, but the person becomes from the opposite, or the competing party, And for that reason, you will have to vote for the other guy, not because of their policies, but because he is the one that has been presented to you by the party. He is the one, or she's the one that has been nominated for the same. If we continue with the same way, we still are going to have the same problems. We are still going to have a bad economy. We're still going to face inflation, and the US is not going to be as great as we've been told before and the way it was before. Louis Farrakhan has been calling out white America to respect the black folks and their decisions. He has been calling out the black folks too to come together and unite, to have good leaders who will represent them at the national level, a leader who will come and change the fate of the black community, not a leader who will come and compromise everything the black people have gained during all this struggle. And that's why he was so much seen criticizing Barack Obama. Not because Obama was bad, but most people felt like Obama didn't do enough of whatever expectations the black had with him, And this is why I said most of us go to vote not because the policies are good, but because our expectations meet the expectations of the people we are going to vote for. And this is one of the reasons that I've seen us suffer when politicians make it large in life. They make it large not because we are making the wrong decisions, but no, because we do not think properly while making the decisions. For example, when Donald Trump said he was going to deport people and he was going to break the record for the mass deportations of immigrants in the US, people did not reason that these immigrants hold 15% of the US economy. They hold the biggest, that when you come to the tertiary level, when you go to the manufacturer level, and you go to other level of productions, you're going to realize that these immigrants hold the biggest rate or the biggest ratio of workers in most of the companies in the US. They work for low wages, and they change shifts to shifts to make it, because the countries they come from, they are not that good. So they go to the US for greener pastures, and whenever they go there, they have to do anything to survive. These are the people who have been working in these farms. These are the same people who have been working for you. They have been doing it with low wages. They have been offering cheap labor. They have been offering availability of labor. They have been giving that to you. But what did they get in response? There is a good way to handle this. You can give an ultimatum of 3 to 6 months for everyone to be documented in the US, for everyone now be to be legal in the US, not just by deporting everyone. This is one of the reasons the US is facing difficulties at the moment. The economic struggles being seen by most of the white folks and most of the people in the US is because of the decisions we make without proper judgment. Brothers and sisters, why can't we do things the right way? It is because we are known to be emotional vulnerable. The people, the voters have always shown emotional vulnerability in that they are very vulnerable when it comes to thinking right. That the only time you think right is when you've made the bad decision and you're going through a lot. Now, when the chance presents itself for you to think right, you've never done that. You don't do that. So, brothers and sisters, be very careful how you think, be very careful how you transact. This is your life. You do not joke with your life. Thank you so much. Have a great day.